I know I'm not the only one who ever questioned this in their mind, and sometimes I wish that the school did teach us life lessons so we could be prepared and overcome things. Because sometimes some of us might not have that resource, or some of us might not have that person to talk to about certain situations in life. And I will say that because, like I said, there's people who become addicts. There's people who become depressed. There's people who have anger in their heart and hate. And there's people, don't believe in themselves. Or there's people who've been, violated and stuff. And sometimes they might not see life differently. And I kind of wish that the school did educate us when it comes to stuff like that. Because it's basically that I'm saying this is because sometimes people could be saved, or sometimes people are struggling and stuff in life, and they don't know how to react or overcome their situation in life, even though they wish they have someone to talk to. And there's people who might listen, but they don't know how to respond, or they might ignore them. Yeah, and then it's not fair. Life is in general is not fair. And I kind of wish the younger generation had that in school, so they could prepare themselves and, not have to worry about how to overcome it or how they can handle it. Because, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the dead or anything, but I kind of wish some of those people did have that in their life. And, it could have been saving people's life, and people who are facing it today in life in general. Because, like I said, I think if the school did teach us all this stuff and about any life situation, doesn't matter or whatever, is like I said, is like people would know how to handle it, and they will probably figure it out instead of stressing out, getting all angry, or feeling sorry for themselves, or then there's people who might commit suicide because they feel like they're a burden to someone, or they feel like they can't take it life anymore. And what I find is messed up. And I'm not gonna talk bad about the school, because I know some things are hard to talk about, and I get it. But I kind of wish they did teach us that to prepare for every single individual, and those who have passed too. Maybe it could have made a big difference. I'm not gonna be complaining and getting mad at the school, because I know I don't have the right, and I don't work for a school. But I do think that things would have been a lot easier, a lot better if the school did teach all this type of stuff in life. Because I know there would have been a lot of lives have been saved, or there would have been a lot of problems being solved. But at the same time, it's like, I know, before you say anything, I know is that not everyone have the same right mindset as well. Because not some of us might ignore advices or ignore what the teacher is talking about whatsoever. And I do get it, because I know it sounds like I'm blaming the school or the school district, but I'm not. But I kind of wish they did do that stuff. Like I said, the purpose of this channel was supposed to be help others, guide them. Even though some of the stuff I said about myself is not to try to be negative, it's just trying to help another person overcome their problems, or might make them think that they're not alone, and there's consequences too. I'm not here trying to make myself look good or anything, or try to say I'm a hero, because I'm not. Because I failed in life. I made many mistakes in my life. I'm not the perfect person to talk to, but I do know my somewhat knowledge. I'm not gonna say I know every experience, because I know I don't, because I never experienced a lot of things in my life. But there's people who experience more things than me. I just know somewhat. And like I said, I wish that the school I kind of wish the school kind of taught us like sit down and talk about every life situation with us and talk about it. Besides a stranger in danger, which I understand, but when it comes to like abuse or like abuse, like I said, bully or whatsoever. Even though they have talked about bully, but they don't talk about cyberbully or that. Not only that, but they don't talk about mental health, and I kind of wish that the school did talk about that as well. And whether it, like I said earlier, I kind of wish that the school did that, and I feel like the world would have been maybe a little bit somewhat better, probably less suicide, I would say, and probably maybe less murder, but I'm not too sure because everyone thinks differently, and I know that things would have been better. Only from my opinion, I think things would have been better, but who knows? I could have been wrong.